great fiction or great crime stories which are fictionalized but taken from real life incidences with another twist to crime in Mumbai was something that we didn't have. I mean, yours would be the kind of novel that probably would actually get its, what do you call it, would be an easy transformation into films. So yeah, I would say that Mumbai hasn't explored other crime because we haven't had anyone visualize it in a book or in a story and personalize it and then make it a great fiction book. I think your book actually led us to a whole new dimension in crime. So yeah.
Thank you. And I'm now working on Mumbai Stan 2.
The sequel business country.
Sequel business. And now I just want to ask a question to Sudhir Mishra. See, everybody knows him as the guy who made Hazaro Khwaishe Aise and all. But many people remember a film he made before that, which was a Mumbai crime film. And why I like that film is because he got a normal, everyday person getting involved in a crime situation. And that film was called Is Raat Ki Subah Nahi. And that was made by Sudhir Mishra. And I want to ask Sudhir, I remember that you told me that story actually happened. And a lot of people have forgotten that. Can you just tell us about it, how it actually happened and it inspired you to actually make a film out of it?
No, I mean, in the sense that, I mean, there's 2 or 3 triggers to that story. When in the 80s, when we were walking around Bombay, you went around and somebody threatened you and he said, "Tum kaun hai?" Bola, "Tu bhai ka aadmi hai." That was the usual line, And then an incident happened to my brother where he slapped a guy by mistake. Turned out it was actually some bhai ka aadmi, and then he was surrounded in the place where he studied, and for 3 days he couldn't come out. So I mean that kind of triggered, and some kind of personal anecdotes of mine, and you kind of mixed it in. I mean, Mumbai, the fantastic thing is that many things coexist. It's a fantastic city in that sense, You come here to write the screenplay of your life, All of us have been given a home. And India is a very kind of static entity, People are stuck in pigeonholes, in their castes, in their who they are, which is defined. And Mumbai can totally change that view. So there are many dreams realized and many unrealized dreams. And sometimes at night, a lot of unrealized dreams also sort of lead to crime. And it's a wonderful city to explore. It's a great arena for stories to play out, and human passions and things to occur, And I mean, there's a line on Kieslowski's Red. I think a judge says that if I was, of all the people I condemned, if I was in their place, I'd have done exactly the same thing, right? So I mean, there are so many unrealized dreams, and then in this world, sometimes people take to crime, and crime is often I'm not trying to glorify it, but it's the only reaction left sometimes in people, and sometimes not, and it's, you can, see it in many ways, but a crime kind of thriller or something is a great way to getting into the innards of the city, and the stories that come out, and it's so many possibilities that this great city, which I absolutely love, offers. It's wonderful. And Israt, at that time, I think explored that in a way where gangsterism. One very great thing about Mumbai was even the gangsters, as somebody who came from UP and all those places, the gangsters were kind of not sneezes. Like in the Mumbai where gangsters reigned, women were safe. It wasn't that the gangster was, there was a lot of, there's a complicit understanding where they didn't trouble the absolute normal man often, and life went by. It's another, it was almost like a business that ran parallel on the side in terms of gangster films.
Now we're seeing that the crime is entering into our homes. Today if you pick up the paper and you read, all you read about is crime. This person murdered in this building, that person cut up. In fact, true crime is more deadly than fictional crime. In fact, I actually sanitized my books because I felt that it was too much. What we are seeing around us in reality is too much even to stomach in a fictional book. And that is the change in Mumbai that we are seeing in the past 15 to 20 years. And I think in the past 7 years, the change is really escalated with a lot of money coming into Mumbai. Like you said, at one point of time, gangsters were separate and people had different separate lives. But now it seems to be all merging. Crime is all coming into our indoors and outdoors and into our little middle class homes. And they say crime and politics go together. So I want to ask a politician over here, have you indulged in any crime? Or do you know any criminals?
I know a big criminal, his name is Piyush Jha. And I know him for a long time. Sujata Anandan ji is here and she knows she's been covering politics for a long time. It doesn't go that way. It's not like gangs of Wasseypur that a politician is shooting around every 3 minutes and killing somebody. It's a lot of hard work in politics. You have to get to your office at 9 a.m. and work till 2 a.m. It's not very easy.
You're basically saying there's no crime and politics, they're not together, they don't go hand in hand.
I wouldn't say that politics and crime do not go hand in hand, but what's shown in films is not true. At many times when there is a problem, a politician may not be a person who's assisting crime, taking part in crime, but possibly a person who's mediating and stopping the crime. And many cases you get, every day I get cases of some issues where we have to contact the police station or the DCP or the additional commissioner and sort out the problem more than create a problem.
Actually, I believe in it too. I believe that there are some politicians out here who really want to do good. In fact, in my story, Coma Man, there is a protagonist who's a central protagonist who is a corporator who is going to be standing for MLA, and he doesn't believe in crime. He's trying to stay away from crime. A municipal corporator who's trying to stay away from crime. In fact, he gets the ticket because he has got a very clean image. And he's trying to stay away, and the story is about how he also gets sucked into crime. An honest politician. But anyway, I believe that politics can have honest people in it. And I believe that, like in every place, there are islands of good. In Mumbai too, there's a huge island of good. It's among people, the middle class, who believe that there is something within the city which needs to be preserved. Unfortunately, I feel that the infrastructure of the city is crumbling, and perhaps, Krishna, this is something which I'd like to bring to your notice. As a politician, you should work towards making Mumbai a better place to live in. Isn't that what we'd like, everybody? Mumbai a better place to live in, so that we don't have such traffic jams on rainy days? No, everybody likes it like this.
A lot of tragic things happened. Day before yesterday, there was the metro rail section collapse, which was also part of my constituency. And whether it's the heritage structure issue, both the structure issue and the metro rail issue, I met the Honorable Chief Minister this afternoon, and we ordered an inquiry into both of them. The heritage issue has also been sorted out. So where there is a will, there is a way, and you have to work hard, and I think if you have the will, you can do a good job.